तो पहली बार आपने अभिभावक होते हुए अभिभावक की परिभाषा को समझा, है ना, कि बच्चे का पोषण संरक्षण कार्य सहित अभ्युदय चाहने का. दिस इज व्हाट वी डिस्कस्ड अर्लियर. उसी को हम दीदी जी के लिए थोड़ा सा इंग्लिश, बट यू डोंट हैव टू बी सॉरी, दैट्स व्हाट आई एम सेइंग. देयर माइट बी मेनी पीपल हु नीड इट. सो वन guardian or parent is a person who desires the resolution of child in all dimensions. I said sarvatomukhi samadhan. Abhyuday means sarvatomukhi samadhan. So in all dimensions, resolution in all dimensions, along with providing nourishment and protection. Okay. So nourishment is your portion and protection is sanrakshan. Then one more thing, you are not knowing that nourishment is not just for the body, but it is mental nourishment also.
Yeah.
Fine. So we also spoke about various things in that, right? So and even protection, that is also not limited to the body. Okay. Right now, what do we think? Body, health, hygiene. Okay, so nourishment of body, शरीर का पोषण, स्वास्थ्य का संरक्षण and स्वच्छता का पोषण और संरक्षण. This and maximum formal education. So this is what we are capable of doing right now. Okay, that too we will have to check whether you have the sense of seasons or not, whether you know what is the right combination of food or not. So there are so many things which is doubtful in these areas also. Even though we think that we know so much about it, still we know that many things are lacking in these things also. Right? Okay. Fine. Then we discussed that along with this, there are many more dimensions in which we haven't thought that we can nourish our child or we can protect our child. So, what were those things? What were those points that we discussed yesterday? That this is the limitation, but there is something more which is lacking right now. Because if we are wishing for resolution in all dimensions, and if we are covering only few, and that too incomplete, then we won't be able to achieve the goal.
Ma'am, emotional connectivity of the child,
yes,
which is very lacking right now in this area.
So we were talking about this thing only, that this is limited to the physical aspect of the child, and we are not touching the emotional aspect or the mental aspect. So therefore we discussed yesterday that in nourishment and protection we will also have to nourish their minds with what? With right sanskaar. I won't give any English word for sanskaar because it won't do justice to the word sanskaar. Exactly. There is no word in English which can mean the same. Okay, so nourishment and protection of sanskars. That sanskar will complete that individual in his or her understanding as well. So, like yesterday we were talking that if we are samajhdar. Right?
Yeah.
So if our understanding is not complete, so we are not a person who has completion of understanding is not yet achieved. So if we achieve that, we are in a state of resolution. Okay. So right now we are not in the state of resolution. That means our sanskar is incomplete. So for that we need to understand what Gyan, Vivek and Vigyan. Knowledge, wisdom and science. This is what we discussed yesterday.
Exactly.
So without that, without understanding knowledge, wisdom and science, without the understanding of that, we don't become capable of living in the light of knowledge. Right? And we even wisdom cannot be achieved. So you won't be sure whether whatever you are doing is right or wrong. Okay, and you also don't know the right way of doing it, which we are calling science. So behavioral science and materialistic science. So you are not capable of, like right now we have done so many inventions and the technology is so advanced. Still, in the absence of knowledge, in the absence of wisdom, there are so many things that we are doing wrong and we see the effects of it. Okay, and that is creating problem for an individual, in the family, in the society, as well as in the nature. Okay, how can you say that? Yes, what's happening right now everywhere?
Ma'am, actually everyone is just running behind development and science, but they are not understanding the facts behind it. For example, Corona. The entire world was like doing namaste. But we Indians हम शुरू से नमस्ते ही करते आए हैं. That social distancing concept, वो तो हमने शुरू से, I mean we were born with that culture. But ये social distancing ये कोरोना के कारण वापस आए. कोरोना में सब लोग काढ़ा ये वो, but हमारे आयुर्वेद और हमारा जो मिथोलॉजी जो पहले से रहा है, हमने वो सब छोड़ के हम लोग एलोपैथी मेडिसिन में हम लोग आ गए थे. But they are not understanding the fact, the base, कि ये शुरू कहाँ से हुआ था. तो सब लोग सारे व्हाट्सएप में, सारे सोशल मीडिया में काढ़ा ये वो, डॉक्टर्स ने वही सजेस्ट किया जो हम पहले से करते आए हैं. बट ये डेवलपमेंट और इसके चक्कर में हम हमारा विजडम छोड़ दिए.
So you are concluding that development is something else and we considered something else as development. Right?
Exactly.
So we didn't have the right understanding of what is development. And when we are talking about Chetna Vikas Mula Shiksha, we are talking about development of consciousness. Okay? Development of consciousness to which you can, what can you do?
Get a better understanding,
Happiness.
satisfaction.
Development of consciousness will transform you from living in animal consciousness towards what? Human consciousness. You will be able to live as a human being. You will have the qualities of a human being. The ability of doing right things. Right now we don't have that. Because our understanding is incomplete, therefore we are running behind things which is only going to give us materialistic satisfaction. And that is not complete for us. That doesn't fulfill us forever. Okay, so this is what is happening. We are constantly either over-evaluating things or under-evaluating things or doing wrong evaluation. And now we want to change it. So, as a parent, if we are incomplete, if our understanding is incomplete, then we cannot call ourselves a wise human being, a samajhdar person. We cannot call ourselves a resolute human being. And in the absence of that, we are not able to give the right nourishment and the right protection. Okay, there were many other things which we talked about, like sanskaar ka poshan sanrakshan. Then I said, if you are living in a family, you will also need to do parivar vyavastha ka poshan sanrakshan. Okay, so orderliness in family. This also has to be established in the child. Then vyavahar vyavastha ka poshan sanrakshan. Vyavahar vyavastha is with all the people in the society, undivided human society. Okay, that is also what we want to achieve, because you don't want to feel insecure when you step out of the house. In society, every human being wants to live with fearlessness. Okay, so only if I become wise, only if I am doing right things, right work and right behavior, then will I be safe? No. If each and every human being is doing like that, then only there will be fearlessness in the society. Therefore, this Vyavastha ka Poshan Sanrakshan is essential. Okay, then last and final, are we just living alone with all the human beings on earth, or is there something else?
The nature, the environment.
The nature. So all these orders are there. Okay, the material order, the bio order, and the animal order is there. And we human beings belong to knowledge order. So we are living with knowledge order as well as we are living with the material order, with bio order and animal order. So we need to establish some balance over there, santulan. So for that, Sarvam Vyavastha ka Poshan or Sanrakshan. So if anything will be missing, then you are not safe, then you cannot achieve what you desire for yourself or also for your child. So as a parent, you want to achieve this, but you don't even know what you want to achieve. Like before this, you never knew that nourishment and protection is also about the mental aspect of the child. Right? So what happened? As a parent, I am incomplete. Then I didn't know the inherent ability of the child. What is the inherent ability of the child since birth? Every child demands justice.
Yes.
Then
He's courteous.